please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Moving on to another important piece of news now. Ahead of the cabinet deliberations on amending the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code to streamline the process of selecting buyers for stressed assets, CNBC TV18's Uday Kotak caught up with Mr. Uday Kotak to talk about the key challenges to the IBC in its current form and what sort of amendments perhaps are required.
First of all, the law currently allows the promoter to be allowed to bid. So I think that is the current law. My fundamental view is that any bidding by the promoters should be subject to two criteria. Number one is the risk-adjusted value of the bid should be properly factored in, which is present value, the risk of being able to bring the money, and a whole set of objective criteria. And second is, if forensic audits of the companies find that there has been misuse of funds, or if the promoter is declared a willful defaulter, then it's a different situation. So, but having said that, let's see how the law evolves.
So you're saying the willful defaulter should be kept away from bidding, but not every promoter.
But you must also have a forensic audit, because there may be, even if somebody is not a willful defaulter, there should be no misuse of of companies' funds.
The IBC now places, the onus on the IRP to do this investigation to find the process of resolution. All of this within 180 days.
So if the process is fine and if one is satisfied with the outcome, which is the committee of creditors, that the forensic is done, there is no misuse of funds, and the risk-adjusted bid by the promoter is okay, then it's a different consideration altogether. Otherwise, if the risk-adjusted bid is not okay, and if there are issues of the promoter in the company, I think the treatment needs to be negative.
Some corporates that are very much involved in this bidding, the likes of JSW, we've seen Mrs. Sajjan Jindal say that, trading should be halted for a few days in these companies because a lot of speculation is leading, is leading to distortion of prices in the market. What do you have to say on that? My
view is that if a company is listed and there are investors, I think SEBI's first job is to give liquidity to investors. Therefore, it will be a big challenge to actually halt trading in these situations. But let's see how the law evolves. I also wanted to touch upon Kotak Mahindra Bank itself. You said you're very interested in the asset reconstruction space and the stressed asset space, per se. You raised money for that. What has been the progress so far? You have your Phoenix ARC. We are just beginning to see the IBC process move forward. There are hundreds and hundreds of companies coming into that, and we are keeping our eyes wide open.
But in what area specifically would you be interested in investing in?
I think our view is that it's back to the reverse side, which is risk-adjusted returns of the assets we invest in should be appropriate from the point of view of our returns. Just
one last question. Some 300 cases have been admitted into the NCLT. The only one that has found resolution so far is in the case of that Hyderabad case where 94% haircut had to be taken by banks. What is to be done to ensure that the interest of banks is also protected going forward?
I think when you have a lot of supply coming at the same time, this is a classic demand-supply situation. So in the short run, you could see depreciation in price. But ultimately, equilibrium will be found. And I think we must have the patience and the commitment to sustainability to make the IBC process work. I think it's one of the big transformations India has done, and insolvency and bankruptcy can transform. And it has fundamentally changed the balance between debtors and creditors. And I sincerely welcome it.